Hey, what's going on, guys? The Horror Man back on the 12 Days of Christmas with my review of Rare Exports.
I'm dreaming of a
Fright.
Christmas.
Rare Exports is a movie I've had on my 12 Days of Christmas lists year after year, and each year it never makes the final cut. There's no real reason for that. I just have to narrow it down to 12. Typically, someone else usually does review this one this time of year, so I guess that's why I keep putting it off. But finally, I decided to feature it during my 12 days, so here we are. With that being said, this will probably end up being my shortest review during these 12 days. That has no bearing on the quality of this film. Rare Exports is awesome. The thing is, though, this is definitely one of those movies that is best going into knowing as little as possible. It's a Christmas horror fairy tale, or scary tale, if you will. To keep it brief, during an archaeological dig in Finland, what might be the real Santa Claus is unearthed. And then, on Christmas Eve, all the children in the area go missing. This is not your typical Santa Claus film. First, let me talk about the amazing setting. It's so desolate, so snowy, so cold. I can't imagine anyone ever truly feeling warm in those conditions. I even felt cold just watching the movie. Even still, it was nice to see Christmas decorations there. After all, it's still a Christmas horror film. I love that once again we have a child protagonist. I talked about that in my review for A Christmas Tale earlier during the 12 Days of Christmas. It's fitting, especially for horror movies set on Christmas. Movies are still able to capture that Christmas magic with children in the lead roles. Rare Exports is no exception, despite being a horror film. I love the vibrant colors in contrast with that bright white snow. I found it funny that the characters were constantly eating gingerbread cookies, but that comes into play at some point. I also found it interesting that there's not a single female character in the entire film. That would make Rare Exports a good double feature with The Thing. However, I think it would make an even better double feature with Deadly Games. That mainly because of the child protagonists. There are some frightening moments in Rare Exports, and there are some touching moments as well. It all leads up to a very satisfying ending, which solidifies the meaning of the title. Rare Exports, also known as Rare Exports: A Christmas Tale, is a unique entry in this subgenre of horror. I highly recommend this one if you haven't seen it. Just don't spoil it for yourself before watching it. Have you seen Rare Exports? If so, what do you think of it? Comment below and let me know. I'll be back tomorrow with yet another review for the 12 Days of Christmas. Until then, thanks for watching, guys. Hit that thumbs up and, be kind, subscribe.